Well, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This week I am not going to be taking you to any tropical islands, lagoons, beaches, none of the beautiful mountain ranges around here, nor am I going to be taking you with any of my street photography trips. This week we're going to be staying here right here in my home office in the Philippines.
I am disappointed.
Which isn't a bad thing. It's going to be like 99 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe 101 Fahrenheit here later today, and I've got nice air conditioning, so I am not complaining at the moment. But what I do want to share with you today is a very important topic, at least to me, and I think you'll find it important as well. And that is, how do I back up my digital assets, my photos, my videos, anything I want to keep where I have a fear of losing while I'm traveling away from home. So I think I finally found a solution that meets all my needs and ensures that all my photos and videos will be safe. So with that, let's get into it.
You had me at hello. You had me at hello.
So a little history first. I have had digital trauma before. So let me give you an example. About 10 years ago, I was up in the Shenandoah Mountains. I was at a waterfall. It was a beautiful autumn day. The leaves were peaking, bright colors. The weather was just right. Even the light, it was just the right kind of light coming through the trees. And I was just getting some amazing shots that day. I often think it might have been my best fall photography ever, but we'll never know, because when I got home to my home computer, I put my SD card into my computer, and I couldn't retrieve any of the data off my SD card. Tried a bunch of different techniques to do that, never was able to retrieve that data.
I've lost everything. I can't. Oh.
Another example is about 2-3 years ago. I was at a seascape, and it was a sunrise photo, and I turned my camera off for a second and turned it back on, and the card was never able to read or write to it again. Don't know what happened. The card wasn't usable after that, but I was able to get some of my photos off of that card. Lesson learned on that one is I always carry several SD cards with me whenever I go out shooting. You may want to think about that as well. And of course, besides having SD cards fail, I've had hard drives fail. I've even had files corrupt. I mean, I was going through some 15, 20-year-old photos, and several of the actual JPEGs were corrupt, were not readable anymore.
Failure of any kind is failure.
So again, a good backup strategy is key, which I do have one here at the house. It's the Synology RAID system I have behind me, but I'm not going to talk about that today. However, if you're interested in it, please drop me a line. I'll be more than happy to discuss my home backup solution.
Well, let me think about it.
I want to point out that I'm not sponsored by any of the companies or the products that I'll be discussing today.
Why? Why?
I will be leaving links below, so if you want to go purchase one of these items, or if you have more questions about it, you can drop me a line, or you can go right to the manufacturer to get that information. So for trips that take me away from home for more than a day, I want a solution that has a very, very low footprint. I was taking my MacBook Pro to back up files, and what I found was two things. One, I wasn't really using my MacBook Pro for anything else but backing up files. So it weighs 4.7 pounds, and it's 16 inches diagonally. So it's not light, and it is large, and it's expensive. So the last few trips, I've been testing different ways to back up my data while I'm away from home. And I finally found a solution that works for me, and I think it's going to work for you as well. And it has a low footprint, it's fast, it's convenient, and some of the stuff you're already using at your home. So let's get into it.
This is so easy.
So the first thing you're going to need is something that actually does the file management for you. And what I found that works really, really well is this. It's an iPhone. And I think any of the newer iPhones will be able to work well for you. I would highly recommend make sure it's one that has a USB-C port. And this goes for Android phones too, or even iPads. I've been using my iPad for this process too, and it works really well. So the next thing you're gonna need is something to connect all your different devices. And what I use is this. It's a Belkin hub, a powered hub. It's the AC018, and again, I'll put that in the links below. and it's fast. I think this transfer speeds up to 1 gigabytes per second. It's a USB-C Gen 2 3.2, I think. And it's important to have a powered hub because if you're backing up the SSD cards like I do, some of those devices need power in order to operate. Plus, it also charges your phone while you're using it. So next thing you're going to need is something to back up the data to. And what I use are these SSDs. These are Samsung T7s. They're the same thing, 4 terabytes, both of them. And I know they look different. This one here has like a rubber coating around it. It's IPv65, which simply means it's more dust proof and more weather resistant. And with the rubber, I think it's a little bit more drop proof than the one without that. I think it's another $20, $30 for this one with the rubber coating on it. So why 2? So I have 2. One, I'll always keep this one in my pocket no matter where I go while I'm traveling. And the other one's going to stay back in my hotel room or in my carry-on luggage or something away from me. So if I get robbed when I'm out, I still have one back in my hotel. If my hotel gets robbed, I still have one of all my data in my pocket. Now, and of course, you're going to need a card reader. Now, I use this Sony card reader because it's very fast with the transfer speeds. And I'm going to get into transfer speeds here in a second, but it's very fast. And I use 3 different types of cards, if you will. I use a CFF Express Type A card, I use SD cards, and I use the micro SD cards. You can also use the devices. So I use a DJI Pocket 3, and I just hook that up to the hub here when I'm transferring files. I think it might be a little bit slower that way. I've never really tested it, but just feels slower. I could be wrong. If any of you know, please drop a line. But with these cards, with all these devices, you want to be looking at the transfer speed. You want to be looking at how much data it can pump through. And that includes the USB-C cables that you're going to be using to connect all these to the hub. It's really important that you get high quality USB-C cables. Like this one can transfer speeds, I think 30 to 80 gigabytes per second.
Right, because it's fast. Because it's so fast, it's fast.
And that was one of the things I learned very quickly. I always knew that, but I just didn't take it seriously, if you will. But I had like maybe 1,000 photos on an SD card, and I had a cheaper cable that I just used for all around charging. And it was taking forever to back up when I was at the hotel. And I switched out the cable, and it was night and day. So make sure that your card reader isn't a bottleneck for speed. Your SSD that you purchase aren't bottlenecks for speed. Buy something as much as you can afford for the quality and the speed of those devices. And the hub, of course, is critical in that as well. Make sure it's a fast hub, like this Belkin that I've been using. So that's the equipment I use. Now I'm going to show you how I back up the data using my iPhone and these devices I just showed you, so your data is safe and secure.
Let's get started.
All right, so I'm very quickly going to walk you through how I transfer my data while I'm in the field. So like I described earlier in the video, I have my iPhone. This one happens to be iPhone 15 Pro Max. I have my card reader. I have my Samsung T7 4 terabyte Shield. And I also have a Belkin hub here. It's the AC017, it's 4 ports. So the first thing I'm going to do, and like I told you before, is this is a powered hub, and recommend the power hub because some devices, and that was the power cable just plugged in, some devices,
I don't believe that man's ever been to medical school.
require power. And you can see that's already charging. On the iPhone, open up the File app. My phone is empty. I just reformatted this phone. Plug in the Samsung SSD. And there it is, the T7 external storage. I'll plug in the card reader now. and the CF card. Give that a second to read. There it is. It's untitled. And what I normally do is I'll create folders for each day I'm in the field. So, new folder. And sometimes it's as easy as day 1, day 2, day 3. Other times, if I'm doing multiple trips back to back, I'll actually put the date and maybe even a descriptive title. But today, I'll just put day 1. And I go back and I'll go to the card reader. And this is the Sony file system, and I know all my files are here. All my pictures. So I'll copy the whole folder. To the external drive. And it's copying 515 photographs at 63 megabytes per photograph, and that's pretty fast. And that's it. All my data is backed up to my external drive, and then the only other thing I'll do is I'll take the second SSD drive that I discussed earlier, and I'll do the same process, but this time I'll back this up to this.
Well, that's easy. That was.
So as you can see, a very, very simple process. I would recommend spending the money and buying a quality hub, quality cables, quality SSD drives. Keep in mind the speed of all the devices.
And it's not as expensive as you'd think.
If you have any questions at all, please drop me a line. I'd be happy to discuss those with you. If you have any recommendations on how I can improve that to keep my digital assets even more secure, I'd love to hear from you as well. So with that, thank you again. And if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe.
It's over now.